Here we go. We're live. I'm typing stuff on Twitter because there's so much going on in NFL free agency. Byron Pringle, the newest member of the Chicago Bears. What is your one-word reaction to the Bears signing Byron Pringle? We'll break this down. Equanimous St. Brown is also a member of the Chicago Bears, as the Bears have signed two wide receivers here on day 4 of NFL free agency. Welcome in. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Get your one-word reactions in, and let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing popping. Danger says nice. L Packers, yes, we'll react to Davante Adams getting traded as well. Be nice, wide receiver 3. I think Pringle, we've talked about him. I think he's a good wide receiver 3. Based on what the Bears have right now, he'd plug in at wide receiver 2, but I do not expect him to be this team's wide receiver 2. I think he will plug in as this team's 3rd wide receiver, but we'll see what happens on that front. Terrible from Troy Land. Brian Hill says, meh, kick returner. That's another area. Byron Pringle was the Chiefs' kick returner, and he will be able to contribute in that area. FGB in the chat. Get the FGBs flowing. Are you happy that Pringle is coming to Chicago? 1 year's $4 million on the contract, up to $6 million in incentives. Let us know. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Are you happy that Byron Pringle is coming to Chicago? Get your votes in, and if you want a super chat, we'll work those in as well. Just saw one come across the desk here. We'll be sure to get to those. Y for yes, in for no. Another Josh says yes. Brad says yes. Steven says yes. NBA fan says no. Cash says yes. Torian says yes. Adams gone. Yes, Davante Adams has been traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Bears won't have to worry about him in the division anymore. Yes, better than nothing. I think it's better than nothing signing. This is a player that will contribute for this football team. I can guarantee you that. The opportunities he got in Kansas City, he took advantage of. Has the connection to Ryan Poles, so I definitely like that. Sweet from Nicholas. Riley says no in the chat. We've got, let's see, who from Robert? Joshua says yes. Yes, FGB from Inor Wood Jr. Jason says no. Like the stream from Jake. Yes, listen to him. Like the stream if you haven't. We're at 69 likes. Tom is loving that number, but I want to get more than 69 likes, so like this video. Here's a good over-under that my production staff put together. Over or under 750 yards for Byron Pringle. Type O for over, type U for under. It's a good number. Last year, what did he have last year, Mars? Do we have a list for stat for old Byron? Yeah, here we go. He had 568 yards last year for the Kansas City Chiefs. So 750 would certainly be a jump, but I think he'll get more opportunities in Chicago. So I think it's possible for him to get over. He's a number 3, under from Jake. Yeah, I mean, it'll depend what else this team has at receiver. Matt says O. Thomas says U. RJ says O. Amy Yankee says Y for yes. Corey says U for under. Let's see. You want to hit a couple of these super chats coming in? Producer Marsh, yeah, let's hit a couple of those, then we'll get to some more drivers, and once the audience builds up, we'll get that cut in here. If you guys super chat, we'll answer those live here on YouTube, also live on Rumble. Sangray Kim, great chance to prove Bustin is a bust and cut him. Sangray, you always bring the positivity. I appreciate it. Jamari Carter, Chiefs need to do something now. I mean, we'll see what happens in Kansas City. We're focusing on the Bears here on today's show. Everyday barbecue and cooking. Bear down. Green Bay blows. I love it. Get the bear downs flowing in the comments. Type bear down if you are a true Chicago Bears fan. And yes, the Packers just lost Davante Adams. Eric Snare, how likely is Green Bay to target Chris Olave? It's a good point. They have the number 22 pick now. I think going after him obviously makes a lot of sense for the Packers. They need some dudes at wide receiver. What I want to know is Aaron Rodgers can claim that he knew Davante Adams wasn't coming back, and maybe that's true, but if it is, why would he stay? So weird. Seemed like they were a package deal. Not so much. Don Burr, Y'all signed the fake St. Brown. Detroit has the real. You know what, Don Burr? We don't agree on much. Amon-Ra St. Brown currently is better than Equanimous St. Brown. I will give you that. We'll see what EQ does in Chicago, but Amon-Ra St. Brown actually played pretty well last year. So, you know what? We finally agree on something. But I think EQ still has some upside. Carter Miller with the 5-piece. A couple of speed guys, exactly what Poles wanted. Good point. Not exactly a number 1 or 2, but still good. Just got to trust the process like the patience in free agency. I do too. They're not overpaying. Byron Pringle, 1 year, $4 million. That's not that much. Up to 6 in incentives, and if you pay him 6, that means he's had a good year. Equanimous St. Brown, contract details to be determined, but so far, I'm guessing it's $3 million or less. Probably that minimum, to be honest. B. Ryan Gaming with the super chat. I see a lot of negativity on Insta and Twitter about us not signing people or who we signed. Thoughts? My thoughts are we need to be patient. I think the moves the Bears have made have been good ones. I think Larry Ogunjobi is an impact player on defense and will be for the next few years. I think that Lucas Patrick will start on this offensive line and help out. I think Byron Pringle will probably be this team's number 3, maybe number 2 receiver. Ideally, your number 3, be a contributor on special teams. And Equanimous St. Brown, it's a low-risk, medium type of reward signing. 6'5", ran a sub 4.5 when he was coming out of college. Has flashed at times in his career. We'll see if he can get things going. Has familiarity with Luke Getsy, obviously. Andrew Bajek, what was St. Brown's stats last year? I don't have his stats from last year, but I have his career stats. In 37 games, he's got about 500 yards and some change and 1 touchdown. So hadn't done a ton. His rookie year, he had over 300 yards, so he's flashed at times in his career. We can flash his stats real quick for you guys. Career stats, 37 catches, 543 and a touchdown. You know, obviously the Packers have had Devontae Adams, Valdes-Scantling, and Lazard, who he's been stuck behind. Maybe MVS could come to Chicago. We'll see. But this is a guy that I'm guessing Luke Getsy spoke somewhat highly on and liked his potential, which is why the Bears are giving him a shot. Bob Boys with the $2. George Pickens, Darnell Mooney, Byron Pringle with Lyle Collins. I would like me some Lyle Collins. We'll see where he ends up. Ian Rappaport reporting that he's visiting with the Bengals and could sign there. But if you draft George Pickens, make him one of your outside guys, Mooney your other one, and then Pringle in the slot, it's not bad. That's not a bad receiving core. Bear Forever 14. Can we just get to the draft already, LOL? Hey, I think free agency still has a lot of moves left to play out here. Once Deshaun Watson get traded, I think that there's still moves to come. Stay tuned. I think there's still some acquisitions to be made. Devontae Pellegrin, bear down. No Adams means division is wide open, especially in the next few years with a lot of cap space. 2023 free agency will be a lot better. Some good points in there. I would still say the Packers are favorites this year, but without Adams, that's a big deal for Rodgers. He currently doesn't have a number 1 or even a number 2 receiver. Like, is Allen Lazard a number 2 receiver? I don't think so. They got to get a weapon up there in Green Bay, and who knows, man? This changes things in the NFC North. There's no doubt about that. Let's see here. One more super chat here. We'll get a couple comment drivers flowing, and then we're going to break down this news. Sign Austin Hooper or Lyle Collins in best offseason ever. How about both? Hooper and Komet can be your tight ends. Collins at tackle. I'd be down. I'd be down as well. The Shy. We'll save that one, or we can get to it real quick. Can we still get JuJu? We can do it now. Can we still get JuJu? Absolutely. Bears could still sign JuJu if they want. I don't think St. Brown's a top 3 receiver on a team, so they still have at least one guy to fill out on their top 3 receivers. I think Mooney is going to be your 1 or 2, potentially your 1. And Pringle's probably your 3. Could you get a 2? JuJu would be that. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. All right. The Prodigy just sent one in. I still think we need a left tackle in free agency, draft offensive line, wide receiver, and cornerback. I think there's valid points being made there. I think Teron Armstead's a possibility, depending on what happens with Deshaun Watson. And then you could go that route. So, yeah, I think those are valid points. Here's the deal. Get your comments flowing here. What was Justin Fields' one-word reaction? Predict it. What do you think he thought when Byron Pringle came on board? Sweet. Cool. He's not too high or too low more often than not, but I'm guessing he's glad to get some more receivers to throw the ball to. What do you guys think Justin Fields said? And after we get some comments flowing here, what we're going to do is we're going to break down the news in further detail of Byron Pringle and Equanimous St. Brown. Do we have a highlight cutter for this? Maybe try and figure that out. We'll break that down. Then we'll get back to your super chats. Hang out for a little while. As long as you guys are super chatting, we will certainly do that. Are you just looking for do you want to just – yes, this is a good call. One-word reaction to that. Appreciate it. This is hilarious, by the way, with Davante Adams being traded. After this, we're going to get to the news. Type LOL in the chat for Davante Adams getting traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. Let us know how funny you think this is, because I think it's hilarious. Type LOL in the chat, a.k.a. Chicago, Jameson, Yosef, Jake, Ronald, DeAndre, Torian, Anna Stellar something is in the chat. I'm heartbroken. We've got LMAO, hell yes, LOL. RJ says LOL. Get those comments flowing because, hey, let's be honest. It's a good day when it's a bad day for the Packers. That's just how things roll here on Chicago Bears Now. So here's the deal. Let's break down this news in further detail. Pringle, St. Brown, the Adams trade. We'll react to all of it here on Bears Now. If you want to send in some super chats, you can. We'll get back to those here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. So go ahead and send those in if you like. Welcome in to Chicago Bears Now. We have some news to break down for you. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Byron Pringle has signed a one-year deal worth $4 million up to $6 million with incentives with the Chicago Bears. The Bears sign a receiver, actually two receivers, Equanimous St. Brown. We'll react to that one a little bit later on in the show. But the focus on Byron Pringle here, who comes over from Kansas City, has the relationship with Ryan Poles. Pretty good year last year, good on special teams. A lot to get into, but I want to know first, before we do get into all of that analysis, what is your one-word reaction to the Bears signing Byron Pringle in NFL free agency? Just give me one word down in the comments. My one word is solid. I think it's a good signing by Chicago. Let me know what your initial one-word reaction was when you saw the signing of Byron Pringle of 1 year, $4 million with incentives up to $6 million. This is why you subscribe to Chicago Bears Now, because we bring you breaking Chicago Bears news as soon as possible. Hit that sub button, turn on your notifications, and we will have you guys covered throughout NFL free agency. Been waiting for an opportunity to go live. Saw the Byron Pringle news come down and said, screw it, we're going live because that's how much I care about you guys. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Let's grow this channel. We just crossed 44,000 subs. Let's get to 45K as soon as possible. So Byron Pringle is on board. Like I said, he comes over from the Kansas City Chiefs, can make up to $6 million if incentives are reached, gets $4 million on the base salary. And the connection is with Bears' new GM, Ryan Poles, who came over from Kansas City. That has been well documented, as you know. And we've mentioned Pringle once or twice before as kind of a tier 3 type of free agent receiver that I thought the Bears could go out and sign because of that connection, because he's still young enough, and because he's a pretty speed receiver that can help on special teams as well. In 2021, last year, pretty solid year as the Chiefs' number 4 option on offense behind Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and Mecole Hardman. Byron Pringle, 42 catches, 568 yards, 13.5 yards per catch, 5 touchdowns as well. And again, you're talking about a Chiefs offense, which, yes, is very, very good, but they also spread the ball around quite a bit. For Pringle to have that type of year, and he's been a classic grinder, which I think is something that Poles and Eberflus, when you hear them talk, these are the type of guys they liked. I believe he was undrafted or a very late round pick out of Kansas State, worked his way up, was on the practice squad for a year or two, earned his way onto a roster really as a kick returner, then worked his way into the receiver rotation, and now he's getting a decent little payday and an opportunity to continue to improve in his career and get a bigger role. Right now, when you look at this depth chart, I think this is how things sit. Now, A lot of movement. Obviously, Allen Robinson left in free agency earlier today. He's officially gone as he signed with the LA Rams. Darnell Mooney, wide receiver 1. Byron Pringle, wide receiver 2. For now, Equanimous St. Brown, wide receiver 3. Marquise Goodwin, Damiere Byrd, they are free agents. I don't expect them to return. And let me be clear about something as well. As you see EQ St. Brown, who we'll talk about in a little bit, I don't think he's going to be your wide receiver 3. Ideally, Pringle slides into that role, and the Bears draft or sign another receiver to be your wide receiver 2. But for now, this is how things sit. Are you happy that Byron Pringle is coming to Chicago? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Let us know down in the comments. Curious what Bears fans are feeling on this one. Are you happy that Byron Pringle is the newest member of the Chicago Bears? EQ St. Brown has also signed with the Chicago Bears, presumably on a 1-year, I'm a guess, a veteran minimum deal. Maybe he gets $2.5, $3 million. Who knows? But I'm going to assume it's very, very cheap. This news actually dropped just a little bit before Byron Pringle, and I literally had filmed an entire video about it. Producer Marshall uploaded it to the channel. I was about to hit publish, and then the Pringle news dropped. So I was like, deleting that. We're going live to break down Pringle and St. Brown. He's also on board. And now he comes down from Green Bay. Luke Getsy connection. Byron Pringle, Ryan Poles connection. You kind of see how these things all play out when you really connect the dots here. And he's been inconsistent, some injury problems. I think this is more of a depth signing, if I'm being completely honest. Right now, again, I penciled him as wide receiver 3, but that's mostly because the Bears don't have a lot of wide receivers right now after losing Allen Robinson and Jakeem Grant. I think ideally you want him to be like your number 4, number 5. He could come in occasionally, run some deep routes, be a red zone guy because he is 6'5", 215. Look, if you're going to bring a depth guy in here, bring in a guy that you know. Luke Getsy knows Equanimous St. Brown. There's no doubt about that. The Getsy connection, I think he probably made a pitch to Ryan Poles in this front office like, hey, there's untapped potential here. I like him. He can be a depth guy for us and help us out. Career numbers here in 4 seasons, 37 career games. He missed an entire season, by the way, so essentially just 3 seasons. 37 catches, 543 yards, and a touchdown with an average of almost 15. So he's got big play ability. He just hasn't really been able to tap into that in Green Bay. Kind of stuck behind other guys on the depth chart. 6'5", 215, ran a sub 4.5 when he was coming out of college. If you recognize the name St. Brown, his brother Amon-Ra St. Brown was a rookie with the Lions last year and actually played pretty darn well. So they've got some good genes in their family. But if he's your wide receiver 4 or lower, I like it. If he's your wide receiver 3 or higher, I'm going to have to see him prove it on the football field because up to this point, a little bit inconsistent, and we haven't been able to see a lot of him in the NFL, at least at a high enough level. Now, the Bears have signed 2 wide receivers, but again, one's a depth guy. Pringle ideally is a wide receiver 3. Name another wide receiver that the Bears should sign. There's still guys out there that you could go out and get, and I think we have that player 5 that we could show on that list in terms of guys that are still available to sign in NFL free agency, but there's still names out there if you want to go get a true number 2 type of receiver. I want to hear it from you guys down in the comment section right now. Name a wide receiver that the Bears should sign in NFL free agency. Just let me know. You think about guys like JuJu, Jarvis Landry, Julio, Cole Beasley. There's guys available. Now, Beasley probably isn't a realistic option because Byron Pringle is probably going to play slot for you primarily. But there are names out there that could make some sense for this team. Shout out producer Marsh for cooking up that graphic real quick as potential options. Landry also a slot as well on that front. But we'll see what happens. For now, Byron Pringle and Equanimous St. Brown, your 2 newest members of the Bears. And it is a wide receiver heavy show because we got to talk about a guy that left Chicago earlier today. But before we do that, what's a bigger need now? Is it wide receiver or O-line? Wide receiver is still a big need, but O-line currently is bigger because Pringle's a pro. He can play for you and contribute. St. Brown's a depth guy. You at least added a couple of guys there. Now I would say O-line is a bigger need, but let us know your thoughts in the comments. Voice your opinions down below. That's why we bring you guys on board. Real quick, want to hit on the news of Allen Robinson leaving the Chicago Bears, signs a deal with the LA Rams. Only got 3 years and about $46.5 million after kind of a disappointing season last year with Chicago. Let's be honest. After this year, he was never coming back to the Chicago Bears. I'll be honest. I knew he was leaving. Didn't think he'd go to the Rams, though. Kudos to the Rams for getting him on a pretty reasonable contract, to be frank. This time last year, I was saying the Bears should give Robinson north of $20 million per year. He settles for just over $15 per year. Didn't expect him to land with L.A., but he gets at least a decent payday. I mean, I'd love to have $15 million per year. And now he gets to go play with Matthew Stafford. One more receiver story, and this one is hilarious because it impacts the Bears just like all these other stories do. Davante Adams, adios. Don't have to face this son of a gun anymore in the NFC North. Traded to the Raiders and gets a 5-year, $141.25 million contract with Las Vegas. He teams up with his college buddy, Derek Carr. They both played at Fresno State, but guys, Aaron Rodgers has to be in shambles. I know a report came out, he knew this was going to happen, that they weren't bringing him back. If that's true, then why the hell would he stay in Green Bay? I don't get that at all. He could have ended up in Denver or somewhere else, but I guess, I don't know what to believe. The point is, he doesn't have his number one guy anymore. Have fun throwing to only Allen Lazard because that's what the Packers currently have. Somewhat joking, but hey, whoever they get to replace Adams ain't Adams. I think it's hilarious. I think it's awesome. For how much pain the Packers have caused the Chicago Bears, this is awesome. Spam LOL in the chat if you think it's hilarious that Davante Adams got traded by Green Bay. All right, good stuff there. Type LOL. We'll get some shout-outs. I'm also seeing we will miss A-Rob. We'll catch up on those super chats here in a moment, so stay tuned for all of that. Alberto says LOL. Shannon says LOL. Roger, Bahala, Colton, Corey, Austin, my antler. Tell whoever pushes it out to get A-Rob and Adams in the copy too, even if it's on the thumbnail. Top Hand says LOL. Kirk Badger says LOL. L2 Cloud says LOL. Ryan saying LOL. Christopher, Joey, Jeff, Bob, Tamber the Lamber, Will Brown, Joey, Chris, Joe, Andre, Alex. Good stuff. Absolutely good stuff on that front. Okay, we got some super chats to catch up on, and if you guys keep super chatting, we'll hang out. We'll have some fun with you guys as well. By the way, we're at $55 in super chats. If we get to $100, I'll take a shot. And will producer Marsh join me? Producer Marsh will join me as well. $45 away from $100. If we get to 100, we're taking shots. So get those super chats in. Bear Forever 14. Only thing not funny is the Pat got good draft capital back. The only thing that's not funny, well, yeah, sure, but like only one first-round pick back from what I saw in the initial trade. That ain't bad. I mean, I thought they might get 2 firsts if they trade him. And yeah, they don't have to pay Adams $28 million a year, but Rodgers doesn't have his boy anymore, so that's glorious if you ask me. R&R, Cash, and Carter, how much do you trust Fields and feelings on Allen? My feelings on Allen is this past season was unfortunate for everyone involved. It was unfortunate that Robinson got, I won't say mistreated, but, Pace just didn't value him, and I think that impacted his play. He probably lost out on money based on how he played this year. I don't think there's any doubt, but here's the good news for him. He gets to go play with the Super Bowl champ now, Matthew Stafford. So if he doesn't play well next year, he can only blame himself. So we'll see how that plays out. I do trust Fields. How much? Hard to say. Last year was such an incomplete year for him. The coaching staff was a joke. The O-line was maybe a bigger joke, and the receivers were very inconsistent. So I like him. I think a full offseason as a starter, and if this team continues to build around him, that's only going to be a good thing moving forward. Eric Snare, do you think Equanimous St. Brown could be a sleeper? It didn't seem like Green Bay used him. Possibly. Now, he's been in the league 4 years, so it's not like he hasn't been around. But I think there's upside there. I mean, he's 6'5", 215, and he runs a sub 4.5. Like, he should have some big play ability. He's shown flashes of that in his career, especially his first year. Really, since then, it's been downhill from there. But I absolutely believe that there's some upside. Now, if you go into this season thinking he's a top 3 receiver on your depth chart, that's probably a bad idea. But maybe this staff knows something we don't. I would still expect this team to add another receiver, whether it's in free agency or in the NFL draft. Daniel Hinton, LOL, AFC West won free agency by a wide margin. Dude, that division is nuts. I mean, absolutely bonkers. I mean, could 4 teams make the playoffs out of that division? Oh, we just got a 50 piece. We'll get to that in a minute. Crossed 100. We'll have to take some shots. Joe Draper with the super chat. Has to be more, right? Great depth signings, but I refuse excitement for Mooney, draft pick Pringle, and ESB. I mean, yeah, we'll see. What if the draft pick, though, is like George Pickens or I don't think you're going to get Olave in round 2, but what if it's like, I'm drawing a blank. What if it's Jahan Dotson, another speedy guy with Pringle and Mooney? That's 3 pretty fast receivers. Now, it's not the best in the world, but I think it's decent. I still think it's possible you could go sign JuJu Smith-Schuster, though, or someone like that. I would not rule that out at all. Zachary, take them shots, bear down, and FGB. All right, we need some fireball here in the main studio. If someone can get there. We'll flash this real quick. R&R. I'm not going to give my opinion because to be frank, I don't know. Thoughts on Watson? He's innocent. My thoughts as a player, he's unreal. I'm not going to comment on his legal situation. He's been cleared criminally. I don't know. Only he and the females involved know. And if he did do bad things, then he should pay for that. If he didn't, then he should play. I mean, that's it's kind of what I think. But the fact is I don't have all the facts, unfortunately. Zachary, take them shots. Hey, Coop. We can't get any help with the fireball out there, so producer Marsh is going to do all the work for us. Appreciate that. We'll take some shots. Take some shots. Here we go. We're taking, just shots. Just shots. Oh my God, Indiana's getting housed. They're down 30. You guys watching March Madness? UConn down 3 late. St. Peter's was hanging with Kentucky for a while. What a day. What a day. All right, we're going to pour some shots here. Producer Marsh going to take one with me. Yeah. Coop, sit down. Yeah, appreciate that. Let's get that chatter flowing. If you guys want me to stay live, send in some super chats. You didn't record, do you? You didn't. It's fine. It's not that big of a... Yeah, you're good. Cheers.
Cheers. Let's
Cheers.
Go.
Let's ride.
Pringle.
It's a Pringle.
What's your favorite kind of Pringle?
Yeah, favorite flavor Pringle. Cheers.
Used to be a pizza guy, but
Didn't they get rid of those too?
I actually had some last week.
Oh, yeah. So much for just when you were a kid. Yeah, sometimes, the substances take over. Oh, man, more super chats to hit. Hey, every $100 is a shot. If we get to 200, I'll take another. Fuck it. We're also live on our Raiders channel. How many people are live over there still? Yeah, we are. Well, did you put it in there? The key? Yeah. We're live on Rumble, too, so, hey, shout us out in the chat. Still 3K watching on Raiders. What a fan base. Unreal. All right, Slow Bunny. Trade both seconds to get into the top 20 for Olave. I mean, jeez. I don't know if I'd move in. Top 20, that's... I like Olave, but you still have other needs. Let's see how the rest of free agency goes, and then I'll have a better answer for you on that front, to be quite honest. So that's where we're at on Super Chats. We'll circle back to the news. If you guys want to be featured on the show, then Super Chat. I guess if you get some hashtag Bears in, we can answer a few of those, but we're going to prioritize Super Chat. We're not going to stay live forever if we're not getting Super Chats, just because it is 8 o'clock, and Marshall and I have been here for about 12 hours. So, running on fumes on day 4 free agency. But this is why you subscribe, to be honest. So Byron Pringle, 1 year, $4 million, up to $6 million with incentives. Not sure what those incentives are as I am live, but I'm sure it's, games played, receptions, yards, yada, yada, yada. The typical stuff that incentive-laced contracts end up being. I like the signing. Connection with Ryan Poles. Fared well as the Chiefs' number 3 receiver last year. Worked his way up over the past few years. Equanimeous St. Brown also on board. He comes down from Green Bay. Luke Getsy connection. So both these signings are connected to members of the current Chicago Bears staff. Full details on this signing to be determined, but to be announced, I should say. I'm guessing a 1-year vet minimum deal. I think this is a depth signing at best. Hey, my wife is sending in Super Chats, probably wondering when I'm getting home for dinner. She's cooking lamb burgers, and I wish I was eating those right now. But I go live for the people because when news happens, that's what we do. Hannah, I love you, babe. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. I promise you.
What's up, Hannah?
Front. Producer Marsh says what's up. Jack is here as well. They're all saying what's up. Chase, get in here. Everybody say hello to my wife, who's a little upset that I'm not home, but she'll feel the love if you guys come in here. Come on. Hannah, hey. Love you. Woo! Hey, should we do it? Should we? Appreciate you guys. Hannah, we love you. I'll be home as soon as I can. Yeah. Hey, this is how I get raises, babe, when I go live in times like this. So there you go. Hannah, I hope you enjoyed that. Funny story, by the way. We did that on a different channel yesterday for you folks watching at home. Hannah was like, what is this? It's the Wolf of Wall Street scene for the real ones that remember. All right, a few more supers that have come in. Bear Forever 14, would you have to trade both second-round picks to get into the back end of the first round? I would think we could keep at least one. The back end, you could trade 39 and 71, which would be your third-round pick, to probably move between 25 and 32. I think that's possible, Bear Forever. There's actually a draft calculator out there. I might explore that on a future video. But yeah, I don't think you could get into the top 20 without trading both second-round picks. But 25 to 32, I absolutely think that's a possibility. The Prodigy, I really would like us to invest in La'el Collins. I would too. I would like that signing. Can someone tell me what's going on out there? What the hell is going on? Yeah, he got cut by the Bengals. Good right tackle. Has had some injury issues the last couple years. Suspension last year. But when he's healthy and locked in, he's a good player. There's no doubt. Carolina Panthers are out of the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, so it is officially down to Chicago, or not Chicago. I don't wish, actually. I want Justin Fields. New Orleans and Atlanta. Those are the two teams. And that could impact Chicago because if he chooses Atlanta, Teron Armstead could be a target for the Chicago Bears, so stay tuned on that. Brandon with the $2 super chat. What do you think the wide receiver depth chart will look like? Well, we can show you what it currently looks like. I don't think it's even close to being done. But I can kind of guesstimate based on what we know. Darnell Mooney, Byron Pringle, I think those will be two of your top three. I'm guessing Mooney's going to be your one this year. I hope Pringle's your three, and you either draft or sign someone who can be your two. Guys you could sign, Julio, JuJu, Jarvis Landry, although I wonder with the Pringle signing if Landry's really an option because they're both kind of slots. Pringle can play outside, but I think he's better in the slot. You could draft, if you trade it for Olave, he could be your other outside receiver. By the way, Goodwin and Damiere Byrd are free agents. They should have asterisks next to them, but just wanted to verbalize that for you guys. Is Daz Newsome a piece for this team this year? Who knows? He's fast and explosive, which this new regime has talked about. Shanique, get Treader and Collins, draft Watson second round and a CB. Christian Watson, I assume you're talking about out of North Dakota State, had a really good combine. I think he's still a little bit raw, but I'm intrigued by him. Lyle Collins could be one of your tackles. J.C. Treader, if you got him at center, and you could go Treader at center, Patrick at right guard, Whitehair at left guard, Collins at right tackle, Jenkins at left tackle, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent on that front. So, yeah, that would be something I'd be intrigued about. Obviously, that requires a few more maneuvering pieces, but that would be fascinating. By the way, for any March Madness folks watching at home, St. Peter's just took the lead on Kentucky with 1:10 to go. Wow. Producer Marshall has Kentucky winning the national championship, and they are down 1 point with 1:20 left. So it's a crazy day. A crazy day. Based David Pac-Man says, can someone tell Mitch to stop ignoring me on Grindr? What? Can someone screenshot this? Can someone screenshot this? They're all busy in the office. Wow. I'll be able to I'll pass that along. Based David Pac-Man. What a picture. What is that? Is that oh, okay. That's Based David. I didn't know Mitch was on Grindr, but if he is, I will I'll let him know. I don't think he's on Grindr, Based David Pac-Man, but I'll pass along that information. Do we have any more super chats? All right, we'll catch up on some. Dylon didn't ask a question, but I do appreciate the $2 on that front. What else are people saying in the chat? So much going on. Good. Let's see. Seeing what the chat's flowing by. So here's the deal. We've kind of hit a wall in super chats. No more have come in. If we don't get super chats, we have to sign off. That's kind of just how this goes. We'll hit a few #Bears, but if you want me to stay alive longer, I've got to get some super chats. So that's just where we're at on that front. What are the chances Rodgers retires after this news? I hope he does. Honestly, I jokingly said, I was like, does Aaron Rodgers just retire now? Marsh, you can mic up. Didn't you tweet out, did Rodgers sign that contract yet?
Yeah, I mean, if he knew that Adams was out,
why would he stay?
Why would he stay? Is it just all about the money for him at this point? Because that is no way, shape, or form.
He claims it wasn't.
The
it's
best
not
place.
About the money.
That's not the best place to win.
No.
Without
if
Adams,
you don't have
that's
Adams,
for sure. You ain't winning.
You ain't winning a Super Bowl. You haven't been able to win one with.
Supposedly under, I'm blanking on their name. Who's their head coach? I'm blanking on it.
Matt LaFleur.
Under Matt LaFleur with Rodgers and no Adams, supposedly they're 7-0.
That stat doesn't mean much to me. but yeah, it's one of those classic. Hey, those baseball stats on Tuesday day games, the 350 hit. Kentucky and St. Peter's tied at 71 apiece. By the way, new man at chat sports, Willie Bet says Kentucky's winning a national championship this year. They might lose to St. Peter's in the first round. Tied at 71. Kentucky misses going to overtime. This is March Madness. All right, we got a super chat. Goes to $5. Appreciate it very much. We're $70 away from 200. You see the note.
All right, thanks for letting us know in the chat the mic went out. But We are 69 doll hairs away from 200 and supers.
We back? I think we're back.
I think Harry's back, so I'll let him talk.
Yeah, $69 away from 200 in super chats. Zachary sent in a 50-piece earlier. If someone else wants to, that'll get us closer to $200, and we'll take some more shots. Andrew says he can hear me. Yeah, we back. We good. Appreciate that. Reese says 69. Nice on that front. I might have stepped on the cord or something, 12 hours into this day. Anything's possible as well. If you're just joining us, yeah, let's do that, actually. We'll circle back to the news in a second, but we still have over 1,000 people watching live. I know that not all of you guys have subscribed to us here at Chicago Bears Now. I encourage you guys to do so because I'm breaking down every single move that happens in free agency, news, rumors, live shows like this one. When we get big enough news, we're at 44,205 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 45,000 as soon as possible because I want to be the largest Chicago Bears show on YouTube. We're pretty much already there, but I want to ascend to that level and dust the competition. Even though I respect a lot of content creators out there, I just have a lot of belief in our little fan base here, our family here at Bears Now, and I want to continue to grow that. So appreciate the support. Subscribe, turn on those notifications. We'll continue to keep you guys updated. Nothing like sending me a super chat to tell me something I already know. That's a real fan right there. Yes, Kentucky, the 2 seed, going to overtime with St. Peter's, the 15 seed. If we're still live, we'll break that down for you guys. So hang in with us. Other scores going on right now on day 1 of the NCAA tournament. St. Peter's and Kentucky tied at 71. The 5 seed St. Mary's is housing 12 seed Indiana, 72-43. That's another L for me. My brackets had a tough start. San Diego State beating Creighton 59-53. And then New Mexico State upset UConn 70-63. That one just ended. A few more games to come tonight. Anthony Wilson signed Lyle Collins, Cody Whitehair to center, Borum at guard. You could go that route. You could go Patrick at either left or right guard, Borum at either right or left guard, then Whitehair to center. Could be an option. Curious to see how this regime views Lucas Patrick. He played center last year, played guard the year before. We'll see. The flexibility is nice. Whitehair, even though he had a bad year last year, that flexibility is obviously valuable as well. And Borum has guard tackle flexibility. That's a bonus also. Anthony with the $1 super chat. Appreciate that coming in on that front. And let's see. Carolina, yada, yada, yada. Just more that he's out. Okay. Did you put it in Slack? I'll pin it in the chat. So here's the deal, guys. Woo! Shots? All right, we crossed 200. Just got a $50 super chat. All right, cool. Appreciate that. Coop cut. We'll roll through these super chats, and then we'll take a shot for crossing $200. Roosevelt, if we can get Julio Jones on the cheap, how do you think he fits into the offense? I think he's your second outside receiver, and if he's healthy, he's not what he was, but I still think he can be good. Marsha, who is, I think, knows the game of football as well as anybody. You think Julio still got a decent amount in the tank?
I think he's still got it. He's not ever going to be, that same guy he was, 100 balls, 2,000 yards, but can he catch 60 balls, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns? Yeah. Him and Darnell Mooney, I think, would be a great 1-2 punch for the Bears. Pringle in the slot.
Komet at tight end. He improved last year.
If I'm Justin Fields and I get to play with Julio Jones and learn the game from him, I think that'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Someone you can just say, F it, Julio down there somewhere, am I right?
And Fields' best attribute is throwing the ball vertically, and Julio can do that. So I think that's pretty interesting. Roosevelt, appreciate the $20. That's some love right there. William Custer, Jay Williams. Is Jay Williams Bama? Okay, Jonathan Williams. Fall. Do we move up to take him? Jamison Williams. I was like, who are you talking about? I mean, I'd be interested. Burner, really fast. I think if he was healthy and ran at the combine, he would have been a sub 4.3 guy. He's that fast. If he's there in the late 20s, early 30s, I would consider it. because he can be an absolutely explosive wide receiver in the NFL. So, yeah, he's a guy that I would like. Doug Dallas, appreciate the $2. We'll get to this one. Mike Cooley, what O-lineman will be available in the second round? Do you think the Bears can get Justin Ross in the third? We just got – oh, my gosh. Let me answer this question real quick. Or here, show me this, Yodes. Hey. Well, maybe it's this guy. Mitch calls me Fudge Pac-Man because I rearrange his guts when I go butt. He said earlier, no, this is what he said earlier. Could someone tell Mitch to stop ignoring me on Grindr? I don't know if Mitch is on Grindr, but I guess Base David is. And hey, you do you. I got, no discrimination here. Are you confusing him with Raider Ron? That could be a possibility. I don't know anything about that, but hey, there you go. Pay those bills, big guy. Go Bears, FGB. Round them up. Round up the shots. 2,000, dude. What is – do you have your glass, or did you throw it out? I don't get it, dude. Do you have – I don't have – oh. Cheers? Oh. That's good stuff. Brother. Cheers, bear down. Shout out Marsh in the chat. Type M to show some love. Hanging out, doing some overtime, helping us be live for you guys. So he's the man. He hosts our New York Giants channel here at Chat Sports, doing a great job. Show my man some love. Type M in the chat to support Marshall.
Thanks for the first-round pick, by the way, guys.
That's true. He's always like, hey, I hope the Bears go 0-17. That's what he was saying last year to get the number 1 pick. Hey, I still got a number 7 pick out of it? Yeah. Good work, Nagy. Thanks, Nagy, for that one. A lot of M's in the chat. Tophead says M. Aaron says M. Oh, I got to finish this real quick. So, get my Twitter on the L3 Go.
We got a super chat coming in from Mike Cooley. What O-lineman will be available in the second round? What about Zion Johnson, the offensive guard? He's someone that I really like in the draft. I know the Bears could use another guard maybe, especially with James Daniels leaving. Zion is, some people have said, the most safe pick in the draft, one of the highest floors, maybe not the highest ceiling, a good power guy. When he gets to the second level, he can really finish,
Who are you talking about?
Zion Johnson.
Oh, if he's there at 39 or 48, I would like that quite a bit. No doubt about it. Justin Ross, the spinal injury really concerns me. I don't know if I can take him in round 3. If he's there in the 5th round, cool, but I don't know if I can take him in the second round or third round. So appreciate that. Let's see. I don't know. James, I don't think we got to this one. I appreciate the super chat. The red zone offense still looks weak. Thoughts? Well, we don't even know what the design of the offense looks like yet. But if in terms of personnel, I mean, look, ideally this offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, gets more out of Cole Kmet in the red zone. He's 6'5", 260. You got to get that guy some red zone touchdowns. 0 last year was criminal, absolutely criminal. Mooney's a good route runner. He can be effective in the red zone. Maybe EQ St. Brown becomes a red zone target. Who knows? Bear forever, post-free agency mock draft when? Probably next week. Stay tuned for that. We got to do one anyway because of the Khalil Mack trade. But, yeah, that'll definitely be in the works. Appreciate the $2. V-Dog with the 5-piece. Keep dreaming, guys. Looks like Poles has signed more butt Packers than Green Bay has this year. I don't really know what that. I don't really know what that. Who sent it in? My God. V-Dog. Appreciate the $5. And hey, starting to make moves. Base David Packman. Rump Raider Mitch. Look, Base David, I don't know what's going on. I don't know any of this. At Mitchell Renz 365 if you want to hit him up, but this is all very fascinating. I don't know what's going on. Wow, just crazy. Devo Miller, who do you think will be QB3 next year? I don't think this team carries 3 quarterbacks on the active. Well, no, Nick Foles will probably be QB2 if they cut or trade him to save money. Go with the cheap option. I did read earlier today that the Bears met with Bailey Zappi, the Western Kentucky. He'd be kind of a sick backup, like 6th, 7th round pick. They don't have a 7th round pick, but 6th round? That'd be interesting. Okay, hey, here's the deal. Follow me on Twitter. I put it in the chat. I meant to pin it. Oh, here we go. I just pinned it too. Go retweet my tweet in the chat. I'm quote tweeting it right now. My wife made a nice dinner tonight. I had to stay late. We showed her some love. The whole Chat Sports crew came on and did the war crime of we did that whole thing, and hey, I hope it made her night, and you guys are the best. Go retweet it. Go show her some love, and that would be awesome. Do we have any more super chats coming in? Oh, that's good. Jesus.
Is that you, Jeremy? Are you base David Pac-Man? Jeremy Bleeds?
All right. Okay, let's get to some more super chats. Hey, we're only $56 away from 300. That's another shot. It's another shot. I'll get some shout outs for everybody who retweets that tweet, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that, but you know, that's the whole point. But you know, good job on my part, I guess. Let's see. Obviously, some folks at the company have retweeted it. Q Carrito, David Lopez, E-Man. We got Sam in the chat, David, Sergio, Super Bias as well. Appreciate that. I just quote tweeted this. I couldn't do this job with some of the hours we do without the support from her. This is not a job that anyone would marry into. So she's incredible. Her support is awesome. So appreciate that. Go show her some love. Give it a retweet, and that would be awesome. Appreciate you guys. And I'll get some shout-outs as more come in. Hit a couple more super chats. $56 away from 300, and that's another milestone and another shot. Twin Quiz with the 5-piece. Are you saying Nagy didn't know how to use his personnel? Blasphemy! That's exactly what I'm saying, and I appreciate the sarcasm. Thanks, Nagy, in the chat, and there you go. I don't know what to tell you on that front. Is there like a refresh button? Let's see. How does that work? Are they back? We back? Base David, did he break the super chat system? Hit them up. I prefer to hit it. Dude, move it next. Gur007, $2. Jesus. Who is this guy?
If you send in $100 super chat, we will get you in contact with Mitchell Rand.
Yes. Send in a $100 super chat. We will. I won't give you his number, but I'll give you some form of connection there. How about that? $100 super chat. You in, Based? You in? It's up to you guys. Elijah Lotta Sewer, is that LP's brother? Appreciate the $5. Gur, appreciate the $2 on this one as well. Ask a question next time. Bear Forever, Nagy who? Also St. Peter's. Did they win? Hold on. I got so caught up. How much time left? St. Peter's up 3 with 40 seconds left. Holy! St. Mary's up almost 40 on Indiana. How much away? 49? $49 away from 300. If Base David wants to send in $100, then we'll cross that milestone. Come on, Base David. You're talking a big game. How big of a game you talking? Sounds like you're not much of a talker at all. James says, will the Bears be competitive this year after the most recent free agency moves, or is it a complete teardown and rebuild in your opinion? Will the Bears be competitive? Yada, yada, yada. It's not a complete teardown, but it's probably more of a teardown than you guys thought. I think Poles wants to kind of just retool this entire roster in certain areas. Obviously, wide receiver beyond Darnell Mooney was going to be a complete reboot. Offensive line is going to be mostly a complete reboot, I believe. You still have key cogs in Roquan Smith, Jalen Johnson. I'm guessing Eddie Jackson's going to be a part of this team this year. But you bring in a guy like Larry Ogunjobi, who polls spoke highly of. A lot of this is going to look new, guys, but that doesn't mean that this team's going to be bad for a year. Could they be bad next year? Maybe. They could be. But I also think they could be good, like sneaky good, like Philadelphia this year. I think they could sneak into a wild card spot if Justin Fields takes growth this year. If he takes a big step, that can go a long way. Gur007, Super Bears Super Bowl. Hey, I love it. We're also $39 away from $300 in Super Chats. How about, let's do an IG push, just full screen. Follow me on Instagram. Here's the deal. Marshall's going to start a timer, 60 seconds. I will follow everybody back that follows me in the next minute. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. Follow Harrison on IG. Getting it in there. Follow me on Instagram at HGramNFL. Everybody that follows me in the next minute. Clock starts now.
3, 2, 1. Clock is started.
It's in the live chat. If you want to copy paste that in there and keep putting it in, Marsh, you can do that. Brandon, you get a follow. Jonathan, Mason, Corbin, Brandon, Jack, Jeremy, all getting follows. DeWitt Scheckler. I know I got to catch up on some DMs from recent days as well. Everyone that follows me in the next 45 seconds or whatever's left, I'm following everybody back at HGramNFL, at HGramNFL, all getting follows right now.
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds left. Get those follows in. And yes, if you already follow me and unfollow me and refollow, I'm not going to know, so I'll follow you back. Philip, Ethan, you guys get follows. Davison, links in the chat. 15 seconds left. Follow me on Instagram
10,
at HGramNFL.
9,
Jonathan,
8,
you get a follow.
7,
Alec, Jacob,
6,
5, 4. Follow me on
3,
IG. 3, 2, 1.
1.
Time's out. I'm going to refresh one more time, and I will follow everybody, and then I will get to that super chat. Brandon, Joel, Alex, Zion, Jerry, Cilia Boy, not to be confused with Cilio, Sam, and Ryan. You all get follows. There you go. Appreciate you guys very much. Base David. Why would I pay? Mitch pays me full contact flag football. Well, my producer Marshall Green plays flag football minus the L in flag. Dude, I'm just like, I'll take your money, believe me. I've just taken about $20. It's mine. It's not yours anymore. But that you're just saying stupid shit at this point. I don't know what to tell you. Question, will Eddie Jackson still be here the next time the Bears are Super Bowl contenders? Yeah, he might come to one of your games. Will Eddie Jackson still be here? I don't know. I think he'll be here this year, Gur, and it'll depend how he plays this year. If he gets back to elite status, then I think he could be a part of this team's future. If he's kind of more the same where he's up and down, he's okay, but he's not worth the contract, I don't think he'll be here long term. I think he could get cut after this season. All right, we're caught up. We're $24 away from $300. I'll tell you what, we'll give you a minute. If we get to $300 in Super Chats in the next 90 seconds, then I'll stay live and take a shot. If not, we'll keep going. We just got one Super Chat from Davey Boy. Thanks for being a good sport. LOL, I'm done. So are you just trolling? I'm confused. Clock's ticking, $22 away from $300. Someone doesn't like Mitch, or I guess. Or someone really likes Mitch. I don't know. I'm confused. Here's the clock. Minute 10 left. $22 away from $300. If we don't get there, we're signing off. If we do, we'll stay live. We'll take one more shot. We'll answer questions for another 10 minutes or so. Deal? It's up to you guys. 50 seconds left. We're at 40. If we get to 90 seconds, if we get to 300 in supers, there it is. We crossed 300. We crossed it. We'll keep answering some questions. We'll take a couple shots as well. Brandon with the $20 wants to keep this party going. Yeah, Marsh, get up here. And then what's the other ones? St. Peter's is on the cusp. Oh, let's see. Let's see. St. Peter's up 2 with 22 seconds left. First free throw good. Up 3. Get up here, Marsh. We're taking shots and watching St. Peter's. Oh, San Diego State and Creighton, a 2-point game. 4-point game, St. Peter's. Give me some play-by-play, Marsh. Kentucky's bringing it up. TV in there. 3 ball. No good. St. Peter's rebound. Foul. This game's going to be over. St. Peter's. Suck it, Calipari.
Where's St. Peter's?
I don't know where St. Peter's is, but we're all Saints today.
To St. Peter's, St. Patrick.
It's a St. P's type of day. God. Cheers. I don't know what there's something in that fireball. That's Jesus. Yeah, we killed that bottle. Jesus. Get to the end of that.
I think we just drank rust. We
Yeah.
just drank rust for you Bears fans.
Yeah. Thanks, David. All right.
Did we just kill it?
No, I told them 10 more minutes.
I'm talking about the bottle.
Oh. I'll take another one.
I'll take another one. And we just got another one.
Got another super chat. We'll get to that.
Burrows.
Thanks, Brent. We got a few in there that you're.
All right, we're done.
Cheers. We cross 400. We'll figure something
We'll
out.
find another bottle somewhere.
Can't imagine Mitch has any left, but. Killed the bottle, Bears fans. That was Willie Betts. He said it was this year. Not quite. All right, Marsh. Time to regroup. Time to regroup. We got some super chats to hit. They keep souping, we keep talking. That's how it works. Brandon, appreciate the $2. Brandon Burrows. Adams credits Getsy for his growth. I'm excited to see what he can do in Chicago. You think we can go O-line with the first of our seconds? If so, who? Zion Johnson, maybe Daniel Falele. There's some other guys in the mix as well. Bear down. Get the bear downs going in the comments. Base David is back. I'm not going to read it. Just put it on screen to say we put it on screen. All right, there it goes. Mitch. Daniel Hinton. Why are Bears signing these? These guys at night. Yeah. Hey, I would have been doing a video at home. I'm glad I was still up here at least. But, hey, I always bring you the coverage. That's why you subscribe to Chicago Bears Now. I don't know. It just, maybe Poles sleeps in. I don't know what to tell you. Nighthawk Poles, never sleep Poles. Hey, never stops in the NFL. James England, please never say it's a St. P's kind of day again. Thanks. LOL. Hi. Keep up the good work. Is that bad? I don't want to offend anybody. Believe me. So if I misspoke, I apologize. But I don't know the reference there. So I guess St. Peter's and St. Patrick's. That's where we'll go from now on. St. Peter's. Wow. Yeah. Kentucky. We'll see ya. Calipari. Sometimes when you cheat, you don't win. So, hey, St. Peter's, baby, from Bear. Hey, I only had Kentucky to the Sweet 16, I think. So I'm chilling. That's not bad. That's not bad for my bracket. Wow. St. Peter's. What a story. You know what's funny? If Hannah's still watching, St. Peter, she initially picked St. Peter's in her bracket, and I talked her out of it. I'm not joking. She's probably texted me. Hang on. Literally, funny story. We're group chat with my family bracket challenge. Funny story. I originally did by accident pick St. Peter's. Harrison laughed at me, so I changed it. Not a joke. She had St. Peter's, and I talked her out of it. She was right, even if it was by accident. Always trust your wives, kids. That's my advice to you. Always trust your wives. What a day. What a day. All right, I'm not seeing any more super chats come in. You guys have been awesome. We've talked for, it's been about an extra 10 minutes. I appreciate it. $20 super chat and a 5-piece. Well, just when you're about to sign off, the show must go on. All right, Marsh, let's hit those. We got Alex and Bear Forever in there. Here we go. Alex, bear down, super chat shots. We have to get to 400 to take more shots. So if you want to send in a $50 super chat, cool. Every $100 is a shot. Bear Forever with the super chat. Push this one across, Marsh. I'm from Montana, so help me root on Montana State against Texas Tech tomorrow. Marsh, is it going to be hard for you to cheer for Montana State against Texas Tech tomorrow? Hey, go Montana State Bobcats, baby. Wreck Texas Tech. That's what I say. Jeremy Hood with the 5-piece. I want an IG follow from your whole crew. Let me get a chant too. Jay Hood. Jay Hood. Jay Hood. There you go. There you go. Appreciate the $5. At Marshall Green _ if you want to follow Marsh. He'll follow you back. Maybe. Are we caught up? All right. Oh, what are the chances of the Bears drafting Chris Olave? One Smoking Jay. There's a chance they're going to have to trade up to do it. I think he goes somewhere in the 20s in the draft. Not impossible, but probably a long shot, at least a long-ish shot. One Smoking Jay, it's possible, but there you go. Oh, Hannah's in the chat. Because Marthas says, Hannah, do a negative super chat. Chat Sports pays you and the show ends. I don't think there's a negative super chat, but she's right. Hey, I'm coming home late tonight because of work, and I talked her out of St. Peter's. I owe her big time. I really do. I owe you, babe. I owe you, no doubt. Got a few more super chats in, or at least one more. Jamison Spooner. Better stats next year, Trubisky or Fields? It's a good question. I'll say Fields, but it looks like Trubisky's going to start in Pittsburgh. So we'll see. We shall see. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out over time. VDog55. Adams is a Raider now. What do you think? Yeah, we've got the trade graphic. You want to go to that trade graphic for Adams? Devontae Adams to the Raiders for a first-round pick and a second draft pick. By the way, more overtime, San Diego State and Creighton. My thoughts are he's out of the NFC North. Hell yes. Get him out of there. I wish he was a Bear, but they paid him like $28+ million. So, you know, as long as he's out of Green Bay, I'm good. Fascinated to see what they do at receiver to help out Aaron Rodgers. Could the Packers draft Olave? Yeah, it's possible. I'd still rather face Olave than Adams, though. We know what Adams is. We don't know what Olave is in the NFL. So, yeah, I would much rather face Chris Olave. But, yeah, they could draft him, especially at 22. Fletcher Cox back to the Philadelphia Eagles, so he gets cut and then he re-signs. 1-year deal. So if you're wanting him in Chicago, that wasn't going to happen. We saw the report earlier that that could happen back to Philadelphia. And that is now the case. We're $31 away from 400. We'll play the game again. Now we're 26 away. This time we're going to go 60 seconds. If we get to 400 in the next minute, I'll stay alive. If not, we're killing the stream, which is something that Hannah would like. She said, yes, he does, Sean. What did Sean say? I do owe her a nice dinner date. I'm taking her out Saturday. I may have to do a second date as well. 40 seconds away. If we get to 400, we'll stay alive for a couple more minutes and take a shot. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up. David says, I like Christian Watson if he's there in the third. I love him in the third. Don't love him in the second. We'll see how that plays out. But, yeah, I like him more at 71. Jeremy Hood with a $2 super chat. Let's push this one, Marsh. You owe her, bro. Get that lawnmower 3. Oh, my God. Check out this super chat. Jeremy Hood says, you owe her, bro. Talking about my wife. Get that lawnmower 3.0 out. It's actually the 4.0. Shout out Manscaped. I owe Hannah. There's no doubt. And she's being a good sport in the chat. You know, I got to make cheddar, but I got to make it up. Got to make it up to her as well. So there you go. If we get to 400, we crossed a minute. So, you know, B-Dog says, looks like LaFleur will have to coach this year. Hey, I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach, but he's had a lot to work with. This will be a good test to see what that offense looks like. He lost Nathaniel Hackett. He lost Luke Getsy. He's now lost Devontae Adams. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. All right, we didn't get to $400, so I think let's do a sub and get out of here. You good? We went live because Byron Pringle and Equanimeous St. Brown signed contracts. They are on board. Devontae Adams to the Raiders, Al Robinson to the Rams. A lot of news coming down. We're on Deshaun Watson trade watch as well. Falcons, Saints, the 2 finalists. This is why you subscribe. YouTube.com/Bears Now. We bring you the latest Bears news, rumors, breaking news. We go live. We have you guys covered. Subscribe. We will have you guys covered with everything that happens around the Chicago Bears. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Almost $400 in super chats. Hannah, you are a great sport. I love you. You are the love of my life. I will make this up to you. I promise. Told you it'd be a crazy week, and it got even crazier today. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks to all of you for watching. Shout out Marshall Green. A lot of the Chat Sports team has been hanging out late into the night as well. This has been a lot of fun. Enjoy March Madness. We'll have more videos tomorrow as well. V-Dog with the final super chat of the night. Seems to be a fitting one. Go home, clean those basketballs. Hey, you know, I am open to whatever my wife asks because the ball is in her court now. Pun on words, but it's time to get out of here. YouTube.com/Bears Now. Marshall Green, he's got to get out of here too. Appreciate you guys. Bear down. We'll see you soon.